the art student pub used to be the King's Arms in High Street, if anybody knows it. That's where we used to go to play music and sing and whatnot, make a lot of noise. Just up the lane was another pub which not many people knew about, called the General Picton. And that's when I used to go when I got fed up with the Kings and if I wanted a piece of quiet to do some writing. So this is called, usually it's called In the General Picton, 1961. We're dual carriageways now, one tiny dim-lit bar with sawdust on the floor, a table or two, some chairs, Central Police Station through one window, King's Alley through the other. In winter, a fire, and always behind the counter, a white-haired woman called Ma, knitting on a stool. I was never drunk in there, preferring to write and be alone. Stillness and solitude, a pendulum clock on the wall, and 4 clockwork hands clicking, ticking the 60s away. God knows what I wrote. Something dark and dire and obscure. Once, mid-verse, the CID came in, needing to make the numbers for an identity parade. They took me back and put me in a lineup, told me not to worry, they knew for sure who done it. Then a man in plaster hobbled in, and without a moment's hesitation, placed a heavily bandaged hand squarely on my shoulder. I thought it was a stitch-up, but true to their word, they let me go immediately. Felt good to be free once more. Back to the flickering hearth, the solitary confinement, my fickle muse still propping up the bar, my errant doppelganger still rampant and on the loose out there. I'm not going to read all these, but I swore I wouldn't have too many poems about funerals and dying and whatnot, but being 72, it's difficult to avoid the subject. I tend to be going to more and more. I went to a funeral down in Oystermouth Cemetery, and I can't remember who was being buried, but afterwards I had a bit of time to kill, so I had a long, a few years back. I don't think it was my mother or father. No, it wasn't. No. But this is what I found in the graveyard. After the funeral, nowhere to go, nothing to do. So I pass an hour looking for graves of people I knew. And purely by chance, in all that wilderness of cold and chiseled stone, I come upon you, Giuseppe, your living image screwed on granite, one blur of a face last seen through a cloud of steam on a heaving Saturday night 5 weeks ago. No one told me you were dead, cashed in your chips for good, battered your final chord. Your only customer today, I pause to remember, pay you my dues for the miracle of your pies and fishes, wrapped now forever in warm memories of grease and vinegar, seeping through yesterday's news. I forgot to say at the beginning of that one, that was my local chip shop keeper.